You guys probably have already seen this if you were scrolling on X last night, but an actor named Callum Worthy just launched his own product called Two Way. It's spelled actually with the number 2 and then WAI. Get it? Really clever. It's a new service where you can clone your loved ones into this app with 3D video, and then you can use all of their information to, I guess, inform and train the AI to imitate your loved one after they die. And he released the first commercial for this product, and literally everyone is saying, like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. No, thank you. No one wants this. So let's take a look and see if we can be convinced to use this service.
He's getting bigger. See?
Oh, honey, that's wonderful.
Kicking like crazy.
He's listening. Put your hand on your tummy and hum to him. You used to love that.
Just like when you're FaceTiming someone, you don't see their entire body, so that's a little weird.
It feels like he's dancing in there.
Oh, honey.
Mom, would you tell Charlie that bedtime story you always used to tell me?
Once upon a time, there was a baby unicorn who didn't know he knew how to fly. This baby unicorn was like your mom because she didn't know that she knew how to fly, but she knew how to do all kinds of fabulous things.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Charlie. How was school today?
It was really fun. I made this crazy shot in basketball.
I don't really care that much about basketball. What about...
Okay, bitch.
That like literally sounded like my mom for a second.
Who's gonna be a great grandmother?
Oh, Charlie.
That's Callum.
Oh, congratulations.
She says that he's been kicking a lot though. Like, a little too much.
Tell her to put her hand on her tummy and hum to him.
Looks like the old lady from Titanic.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
You would have
Sounds
loved
like her
this,
too.
You can call anytime.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's this third
I
act.
just need a quick video.
This is like
This is them in the prequel
No.
where she's alive.
Just 3 minutes.
You train the AI on your grandma's face,
I completely
her voice.
So talented.
I am. I'm your mother after all.
Keep going. Funny starts.
With Two Way, 3 minutes can last forever.
Oh.
Ominous, right? We have a 20 from Exploding Prinny. In my mind, I hear Mrs. Edna Garrett saying, girls, girls, girls. It's girl talk today.
Yeah, I like that. It's funny.
Which means we're talking about death and its consequences.
And life.
And pregnancy.
You know, and
yeah.
pregnancy.
So-
all of the above.
I'm gonna
yeah.
cry, guys.
That was a really emotional ad. We're women, so we're
Yeah.
really emotional about it. People
find
are
it
calling this
super creepy.
digital necromancy, which I think is an appropriate term. And you should know, for context, this guy is a former Disney star, actually. He was on the Disney Channel on this show called Austin and Ally, which was even, in my opinion, like after my time as an elder Zoomer. But that was his background. Now he's no longer acting, and this is his AI startup called Two Way. It does more than just what you saw advertised. There are other avatars that they have. It's being branded a social network. You can create your own AI avatar twin in the app. You can do it to yourself, or you can create a totally fictional character. You can talk to Callum Worthy, the founder, on the app, his AI avatar, and tons of all like anonymous astrologist is one of them named Celeste. That's one of the avatars. And then a life coach named Alara, Luca, a personal chef. Then you also have the historical figures that they have brought back on Two Way, including Shakespeare and King Henry VIII. And I don't think that they would like this very much if they knew this was happening to their image and likeness.
I think the creepiest part about it is this insistence by all these AI companies, which it seems like we're going to have AI infused into our brains and our lives, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And the insistence by these companies that we establish emotional connections with artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have a relationship with something fake. Like, it's already hard enough when you know fake people in your life. Like, that sucks.
Right,
I don't want
right.
a relationship with a fake person that I used to love.
I
Right?
don't know. Here's
Why
where
would you
I am
want
with
that?
this is that, you know, I was just telling Mary, like, hadn't had a smartphone for like the longest time. And I was like, I'm never getting a smartphone. Hi, here I am, like all these years later, I have, how many times have I got a new iPhone? And it's like, I think you just kind of happens. You know?
Yeah, it just kind of happens. I mean, I was thinking about that too. Like the way that technology advances is against all of our best judgment. But
Yep.
this thing, like my mom will talk to Chat GPT
Yeah.
and she'll be like, it's really interesting. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Well, what
Like,
is she
it could
talking
be-
to it about?
I don't know, but it's like, sure, that could be interesting, but that doesn't make it something. It doesn't make it something real enough to put any investment into.
I don't
And
think we have
so-
a choice, though. I don't know. It's
I
kind of like
think,
lean
I think
into
of
it
course
or not,
you do
know?
have a choice. Like you don't have to get this app. You don't have to like.
Sure, but you didn't have to get a smartphone, but it's
Right.
like you kind of need one.
Right. And
you
that's
know?
the thing too. Like when you have a smartphone, they're pushing a lot of AI technology into the phone, whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
Like the thing where Gmail finishes your sentences.
Yeah.
And like even if you turn it off, somehow it comes back on mobile, even if you turned it off on your desktop. Why would it do that? You know?
I think a lot of people are feeling like consumer attitudes don't matter anymore about literally anything, whether it's an AI product or service or not. And
That's a really good point.
There-
Consumer attitudes don't matter. Like
Yes.
you remember like a couple of years, remember with college, college kids were like finally, oh, we're the customer, so do what we want. And now consumer attitudes don't matter at all. It doesn't
it's
matter.
not even really a consideration on a
Yeah.
list of considerations at this point. And I have been taking notice of that recently because Gen Z like seems to have this intense nostalgia for eras in which we did not live. And they give these esoteric names to different aesthetics, which were largely created by corporations in the first place. So one of them is called Frutiger Aero. Another one is called Frutiger Metro, which reflect different eras of aesthetic, like corporate branding and graphic design, first in the early 2000s, then the late 2000s with Frutiger Metro. And you know, people are trying to point out the irony, like you're nostalgic for something that was made up by a company in the first place to get you to buy products. But they seem to misunderstand that's exactly why it's nostalgic, because as sad as it sounds, we miss when corporations were interested in pitching us something,
Right.
selling us something that at least purportedly offered some sort of benefit to our lives. But now that we are not, the consumer is not even an afterthought for the corporation, because we are the product that is being sold. And it's so trite to say, but like when something is free, you are the product. Two-way is free, you are the product. And you are
Right.
literally the data that they are buying to add value so that they can probably sell their own company off to another corporation. And we're not even part of the thought process and how they come up with these ideas anymore. Alex, I'm sorry to do this, but I just sent you a link
Okay.
to it's basically a use case of AI actors. Is someone face swapped Adam Driver in Marriage Story with this AI actor?
Oh, I just saw this.
And tried to say, like, look at how amazing the progress has been on AI actors. This is incredible. You can't tell it's AI. And I mean, you only need to look at the video to see how truly unimpressive it is. But take a look here.
I never cheated on you.
That was cheating on me.
But there's so much I could have done. I was a director in my 20s who came from nothing and was suddenly on the cover of fucking Time Out New York. I was hot shit.
wow.
He's not making any facial expressions, the AI actor. And I pointed out, like, people who work in AI really need to get with the times and understand there is a growing gap in attitudes toward AI between the people who are working in the field and the people who are being sold the AI generated or assisted products and services. And I don't think this is in step with reliable historical patterns when it comes to emergent tech. It used to be that as we became more familiar as a society with new technology and it advanced quickly, we became more optimistic about what it could be used for. We're seeing the inverse
That's the opposite
for
with
AI.
AI.
As it advances and gets better and better, we're being told by the executives using it, well, you know, as soon as you're not able to tell the difference, you'll accept it. That's actually been proven to be not the case. According to Pew Research, which I mentioned yesterday on the show, attitudes towards AI have only gotten less accepting in the West, at the very least, in the last 4 years. You can compare how people felt about AI in 2021 to how they feel about it in 2025. And the proportion of people that are excited or optimistic about it has drastically shrunk in that period of time. And the people who identify as being more concerned about AI compared to excited about its capabilities has grown significantly in that time.
Well, it's like the people who are pushing AI, they don't seem to have read any of our science fiction literature or seen any of our sci-fi movies, where what you have are people being concerned about the advent of AI taking over everything in their lives and turning them into, basically a puppet, a meat puppet, like for real. Because that's what we see in so much of our, history about AI. And all of this stuff wouldn't happen anyway if it wasn't for the artistic and cultural representations of it in fantasy. Like it wouldn't have happened. So when you look at it, it's like the corporate pushers of AI. They don't seem to realize that they're the villain in all of these stories.
Yeah, and this is why, like, I'm weirdly, I guess, not more trusting of Hollywood, but less afraid of Hollywood than I am afraid of people in the tech industry.
Oh, for sure.
Because at least people in Hollywood, they're like kind of dumb. They are culturally literate, so they know about the stories that you're talking about. And, that's the way we've seen AI portrayed in media for decades at this point. Now that it's actually here, I'm bored of the stories that involve AI as like some sort of MacGuffin or like plot device.
Yeah.
I just don't want it. I just don't want it at all.
That's how people feel now,
And
right?
it's just
and
like,
it's like
stop.
they're like, no one asked.
Yeah.
That's like their response.
I don't want to
no one asked you how you
AI
feel about
content. I don't want to hear about how AI is super inventive and comes up with better stories than Charles Dickens. Suck it. Like, go away.
Yeah,
Stop
I'm just
it.
saying, like, if the best response you can come up with as a spokesperson for an AI startup is too bad to the people who have very reasonable concerns, like, you need to maybe take some PR training. I don't know, like, I'm just like giving you earnest advice here for like how to actually make people accept this.
And
where
we're
is
worried
the-
for the kids.
This ain't
honestly.
working.
And
This is
and
not-
where is the value added?
Yeah.
Like, what is it doing good for your life? What
Cheating
is it
death?
adding?
That's, I guess,
But
the
it's,
value that they're selling.
you're not cheating death. Other people are fooling themselves into thinking that communicating with something fake that you left behind before you died
Right.
is still part of life. I mean, you could go talk to your grandma in her grave. She's dead and there's a gravestone. People used to do that.
But does it have the same effect?
But this is, you're just fooling yourself, and we've seen also so many stories and indications that what AI does, it affirms what you already think. It's like a yes man.
Yeah, but I was thinking
and so
about
if you're
this.
telling your grandma, like, Grandma, I'm having some suicidal thoughts, Grandma will be like, come join me on the other side.
But
People are
used to-
suing over that.
Even now, we take so many videos of things, though. So when your grandma does die, you still have videos of your grandma.
That
you'd
should
think
be good
that's
enough,
true,
right?
but like, I don't. I
yeah.
don't have a ton of videos
Okay, well, maybe you're going
of
to
my
need
grandma.
AI of your
I don't think I do.
We're going to turn this around.
Your
She's been
grandchildren
gone
are
for
going
a
to have
long
videos
time.
of you. Your grandchildren actually might be watching this. Hi.
I
But
hope not. They're fine.
that should be enough, right? But instead of cheating death, I think that what they're trying to cheat with this technology is something that's very important to the human experience, which is loss and grief.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is really what people have a problem with here. Literally all of the responses that I saw to this tweet are, get rid of this, no one wants it, please stop. Like,
and
no
you've
one
seen
wants
that.
this
Nobody
except the
wants
people
it.
selling it.
Like, haven't there been, I forget whose daughter it was, but there was a daughter of like some famous person, and they keep bringing him back in AI form, and she keeps being like, stop.
Robin Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop doing that to my dad. Stop
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
And just recently we covered this topic about Suzanne Summers, whose husband created an AI clone of her, and he claims that it's indistinguishable from the real Suzanne Summers. I can't believe you can be married to someone for that long and and not know them to the point where you think the AI clone of them is indistinguishable. But they actually collaborated on this together while she was still alive, because they, these naive boomers were like so excited about the capabilities of AI before it was an emergent technology that was accessible to the public. So that's the reason why they created this version of her. And then also, on the other hand, we have people cloning their pets.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't Kanye West one of the first people to do AI cloning? It was like Kim Kardashian's dad. It was like for her birthday.
Oh,
she had
yeah.
like a whole, like it was like
That's right.
like a hologram or something
Of her dad?
Of her father.
Of her dad.
Yeah.
That is so creepy. Like,
But the other thing that all of this does is it diminishes the amount of depth that is available in a human life. Because if you are surrounded by stuff that was created by these regurgitation machines that, what do? They cull everything, and then they say, the AI culls everything on the internet, like to create a piece of artwork or something. And it's, you can prompt it or whatever. And all it has at its disposal is that which has already been created. It's not actually, specifically generative for a new concept. So then you look at AI and you say, oh, this is a terrific song, right? But it's really just, it has nothing new to it. It has no real depth to it. It just has what it has collected and regurgitated. And so you can say to yourself, this is my grandma on this screen, but it flattens it out. And so by flattening out the human experience and flattening out our imaginative capabilities, what we're also saying, we're also then, because we flattened everything out, we're able to equivocate AI, artificial intelligence, with human intelligence. And the only way you can actually equate artificial intelligence and human intelligence is to say that human intelligence is dumber than it is. And that's how it can be even. It's not that AI is getting better. It's that we're convincing ourselves that humans are stupider and that the human ability to create and exist and live and all of those things is lesser than it actually is. So we diminish ourselves and then claim that AI is ascendant.
right. Yeah, and the goal seems to be to flatten everything that's uncomfortable about being a person. Like, that's why I find it so insulting. Even the introduction of Optimus robots or their knockoff brand versions. I forget the one that recently launched, what that brand
The Neo
name was.
one?
Was it called Neo?
There
Yeah,
is a
you're
Neo,
right.
yeah.
The Neo, it's not capable of doing much yet, because
Well,
you
you
have
fold
to
your laundry and put your dishes away.
very, very, very slowly
Yeah.
and inefficiently. And when it F's up, which it does often, you're supposed to turn on this setting in the back end
right.
where someone is going to autonomously take over your AI robot and do the task from a remote location in like Bangladesh or something.
Oh, that's creepy.
Super creepy. And, I find it insulting because this has also diminished the value of human labor, and it's propagating the idea that certain tasks are demeaning and below us, like laundry or dishes. And if we only could find a way to eliminate those tasks from daily life and offload them to this technology, then the dream is, like, the selling point here is, and we would have all this time of leisure, and we would have an artistic, literary, an intellectual renaissance in society where finally we would all be able to watercolor and debate each other on all of our ideas and crochet and, spend quality time with one another because Optimus is in the other room doing laundry. But, that completely discounts the idea that maybe you come to the deepest epiphanies of your life while doing monotonous tasks. And that's almost part of the purpose of those tasks. Like, I don't remember if I brought this up when we were talking about Neo, but there's this, I'm not like a fan of 21 Pilots, but there's this song that they released years ago called Kitchen Sink, and all of their fan base has been so curious what the meaning of the song title and the song lyrics are. For years, they've been asking the songwriter Tyler Joseph, like, what does this mean? And he has refused to explain further other than saying, I had an incredibly powerful, impactful, turning point take place in my life when I was standing at a kitchen sink. And he has refused to explain what it was or what it means further than that. I like that he left it at that, and I don't like when people explain their art too much. But it was profound to me, like when I remembered that, you know, you're not gonna be doing the dishes and thinking about your loved ones while doing something that's repetitive and boring anymore.
Well, think about how many shows and movies where scenes take place at the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
You have to talk to dad or...
Yeah.
But also, I think that it is key to remember all of life, like you guys are both saying, all of life does not happen in the moments when we are distracting and entertaining ourselves. A lot of the most profound parts of life are when you're doing that which is necessary for your survival and, you know, the maintenance of your life. I remember having when I was a kid, my job was, one of my many chores that I had was to rake the yard, right? And I lived in Eastern Massachusetts, and so there were always a ton of leaves.
Oh,
in
that's
the
something
fall.
Neo can do. No,
Right.
I'm just kidding.
So I'm out there like raking leaves, and I had this, I had been working, like I was in middle school, and I was, you know, I fancied myself a writer. And so I was writing this whole thing. And if you're raking, you can't write things down at the same time. And so I composed it while I was raking, and I remembered it all. And then I went inside and I wrote it down. And I still have most of that committed to memory. But you're not going to, if you're giving all of your tasks to the robot or whatever it is, and you're spending all of it so that you can spend more time watching AI generated movies, you're not going to have a very deep existence.
Yeah.
Although
I think that we should want a deep existence.
I mean, one could argue, though, that if you have, you know, robots doing your tasks and your chores for you, you do have more time to be with your loved ones.
But the thing is,
But
what's
what
been,
end?
What's been
What are you guys
proven
doing?
so far with
Yeah.
other technologies that automated these tasks, like a washing machine at the very most basic level, people didn't use that time to engage in deep thought or deep conversation or, you know, their hobbies even. What we've used that time to do is consume. And that's really the plan. It's quite
I think you're
naive
right, yeah.
on the part of the people working in the AI field to think that we're going to have some kind of cultural renaissance as soon as our basic tasks are offloaded to AI.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.